Okay. Now we are live. So let me start getting these articles ready. Look, there's so many articles I was interested in watching. Now I say, you know what? If I'm going to watch all this stuff, maybe some of these other people like to watch it with me. So that's what I'm fixing to do. Oh man, I meant to put a thumbnail on here too, and I forgot. I wonder if I can change that now. I bet it's too late. Maybe I could. Let me look in studio and see. I bet it's not in studio yet. Anyway, guys, if there's anybody in here yet, give me 1 minute. I'm pulling up some articles, man. There were so many crazy articles. You guys are just not gonna believe all this stuff. I don't think we'll be able to cover them all. We'll cover a few. Um, I just figured, hell, if I'm gonna look at these, people might want to look at them with me. So let's do that. First, we need to start with a fair use statement. Okay, let's look at that. We need to go over to the folder. So I hope everybody's doing all right. Um, we're gonna share that real quick. Let's see. We got somebody. We got Northern. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, we're just gonna look at some articles if you got some time. If not, that's fine. Just drop by and say hello, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. And you know, guys, that I'm saying here, I go to the news so you guys don't have to. So I get some of the best news. We get together. Hey, Batman, and we're gonna look at it together. Those of you that want to, and yeah, let's check it out. But I've got to find the fair use statement first, right? Goodness. Okay, I am getting a little bit better at this, guys. I really am. Just takes a minute for me. Okay, should video file no slides? No. Damn it. Y'all give me a minute. I ain't never had a problem getting a picture up here. Share screen. Okay, that's it. Window. No. Chrome. I'm not sure. How could I forget this all of a sudden? It's crazy. Wow. Hey, we the people. I was just thinking about you today. Hey, Harry Nuts. Um, it's just weird that I don't remember how to share the fair use statement. Give me 1 minute, please. I really do apologize. I really have been working on this for a minute. Thing about news is when you want to show it, I know me personally, sometimes I want to show it quickly. I don't know. So I do kind of get on here as fast as I can, but I'm not as fast as I can, but I try to get it ready. So we're going to copy this and I'm going to display it somehow. I just got to figure out how. Oh, I'm going to send it to my. Here's the picture. Why can't I figure this out? Y'all get. I'm going to download it again. Then I go to show in folder. See, that'll help me. Okay, now I know the image number. Okay. Alrighty then. Y'all knew I'd be back, right? Y'all better not leave just because I knocked myself offline. Y'all know that happens sometimes. Okay, so we're going to go back to where we were at. I tell you why I'm about to the point where I'm about. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'm going to email it to myself. I guess because I can't get it to work the other way. I don't know what else to do at this point. So I'm just going to email it to myself and then I'll share that shit and then we'll go on with our lives. Okay. I already emailed it to myself. Okay. Well, we'll just save it again. How about that? Oh, shit. Not that. That's not what I wanted. I am so sorry. This is ridiculous. This is my kind of luck to bring a bunch of. Come on. This is ridiculous. Well, are y'all still here by any chance? Good. Okay. Hey, Bud Grower. Hey, everybody. I really am trying to get a damn fair use statement up here. I will get it. Y'all just give me 1 second. I really do apologize. But it will. I will find it. Okay, there we go. Download. Image. I got the image number. No. Images. There we go. Okay. If I just take a minute, relax, I will get this. Okay. Well, you would think I would, wouldn't you? Don't see it. There is no images. Unbelievable. I don't want to read only. I want to open it. Well, you know what, guys? I don't see the damn copyright disclaimer, so I'm going to read it to you guys. How about that? There's more than one way to skin a cat. I can tell you that. Okay, so let me look at my favorites, and we will be reading fair use copyright disclaimers real quick. And then I'm going to move on because I'm not going to let this get me down. I've got some news and I want to go through it. Okay. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1967. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in the favor of fair use. And with that in mind, we're going to get into our first article and see what these people got going on. A lot of things going on with the police. Both them arresting people who I think they're real criminals. It looks like. I haven't read the article on it. And also a lot of things going on with the cops as far as a lot of them are doing some weird shit. Weirder than usual, okay? So where do we start? Let's start with West Palm Beach officer arrested for battery. That sounds good. Okay. I'm not good. Well, maybe if you done it, it is good, right? Okay, we're going to share the screen. And we're going to go to Chrome tab. And I know I tell you, hey, if anybody ever wants to know the way I figure this shit out, at least I think out loud. If there's anybody else there that's struggling with StreamYards, I'm not really struggling. I think I'm getting better. And I appreciate you guys. And I'm sorry I hadn't spoke to y'all. I do see y'all in here, but I want to get the show on the road. I know I've held you up long enough, I feel. Okay, let's see what's going on. It looks like they're live. How the hell they get live, too? Okay. What's wrong? Why don't we have audio? Fuck. Oh, man. No, don't do that, Amy. Okay. Give me a second. Y'all can see that. Y'all just can't hear it. Okay. So that's, I got to unmute it.
That's the only way to send the message that
let's see what they talking about.
We're not going to tolerate this.
I don't know the context, guys, but they live. Let's watch it. Can y'all hear?
I can't forward to you his excessive force history, but he does have 2 previous occasions in his excessive force report where he's been reprimanded for use of excessive force.
I want to expand a bit on the question concerning the civil lawsuit. Of course, the civil lawsuit is going to take a backseat to the criminal accountability in the case, but as we pursue the claims against these officers, we will be looking at not only his record and what these officers, what his department, West Palm knew or should have known about his propensity for violence, but the culture and character, the pattern and practice within that department as we begin to look at whether or not this behavior was ratified by the higher-ups, whether this is a culture within the department. We have to emphasize that Officer Gordy was training Officer James here. And so this is a concern that this is not just a lone wolf or a black sheep. This is the culture in that department. And that's certainly something that we're going to be pursuing in the litigation. Up until this point,
it is the culture. This is West Palm.
State prosecutors, because it is important to the accountability, criminal accountability for men for abusing their oath of office under the cover of law, be held criminally liable. But there must be liability and accountability, I should say, within the system itself, and that would be the subject of our civils.
What's next?
Well, I think the next step after he's been charged, we've been advised he's already bonded out, but we want the other officer charged, and we also have to see the case through to conviction. A few times we've had cases where officers have been charged, but it's kind of ended at that, if they're not convicted. But I think the most important thing right now is to make sure that we see it through as a community to conviction. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Maybe just have the spelling of your name, please.
OYA. And pronounce the last name again, I'm so sorry.
Monroe.
Monroe?
Monroe.
Okay.
She's pronouncing the last name.
That's better.
The last thing I will add into the what's next conversation, as this file is completed or filled out, we will be making a recommendation to the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice to review this incident and other instances of misconduct. And again, in the pattern and practice out of West Palm, so that this case isn't just treated in a vacuum. It's extremely troubling for me that with the video evidence and what we know about this case, it is almost 3 years later that we're bringing a single charge against a single officer. And there has to be a higher level of scrutiny given that these men are being charged as public servants.
And Sarah, to you, how do you feel, 3 years later that you're having to deal with this, or even that you have to deal with this?
How do you feel after all this time having to deal with the situation? How are you feeling?
One more question for you. What had happened? Were you, what had happened, you can ask him what had happened. Could he have believed that officer would have done these things to him?
Okay. She asked if at the time it happened, were you shocked that an officer would have behaved that way?
Yes, I was shocked, guys. I was horrified. He jumped on my back and punched me in my face, and nobody was around and brutalized me. I was really horrified. He was put to protect and save the people, not to destroy people's lives.
Right. Thank you.
Anything else?
Everybody good? Okay.
Attorney Lee Merritt?
Thank you all so much for following this story and continuing to follow the story to conclusion.
Thank you.
Yeah, they got our building closed too. They got the city hall closed. They won't let us in there with cameras or without an appointment. Okay, so let's see if we can read the article. I guess they were done, weren't they? Okay, let's see. Click here to read the full story. I can't believe they were live when I went in there. I just had come to share the article, which I have not read yet. I got to thinking, why should I read it and then read it again? That's kind of stupid. So I said, well, I think everybody would be interested in this. I know I found it interesting. Okay, they want me to sign in. I don't really want to. Yes, I can. Oh, stop sharing that. No, we don't want to share that screen. Hold on. We wasn't sharing, were we? Okay, no, okay. It might have been. I don't think it had nothing really crazy on it. Whoops. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to share the article so I can read it and we can all look at it together. Look, West Palm Beach is terrible. They've got the building closed. They won't let you in there with a camera. You can't get in there without an appointment. That's why we went down there to try to help Fiona file a claim against them. I mean, a lawsuit. Okay. I don't know if she's got any further with it yet, but that day we got further than I thought. It was a long day, a lot of run up and down the stairs. I knew it was going to be that way, but yeah, something she's still working on. So, okay, click to read the full story. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just everything. It's like everything I try to do is like I hit the wrong button. It's crazy. All right. Well, come on. We need the article. All right. Come on, Amy. You can do this. I'm sorry. This is just. Oh, because they want me to sign in. That's why. That's why a lot of people don't like this app, because they want you to sign in. But I'll get in there. But the thing is, I like it because I get news fast. Okay, good. Now we're going to sign in. Okay, then we'll be in action. I hope. So we got some breaking news there at least. Well, it's not doing it. Maybe I don't have an account. Shit. Amy, what are you doing, girl? I am so sorry. Give me a minute, guys. We might have to. I don't want to come back to that one. I want to know what happened with this one. I want to know the story. I must know the story. Okay. Well, one thing is because it was live, that's kind of messing it up. Now I'm about to lose the whole article. Okay. Come on, Amy. Local. Okay, let's find it again. This is okay. I'm gonna go back to my email and get it. Okay, back to my email. I think this has been the hardest I've ever had on a stream in my life. That's okay. We'll get it done. No, not Google. Yeah, Google. Okay. So we're looking for the article. I think if I just start over and click to read the full story. Okay. It's like they snatched it down already, man. I'm telling you. It's like all that's there is the body cam now. I mean, that new video. I guess we watched the video from the beginning. I don't see the article now. Hold on. It'll help if I share it, wouldn't it? Is that it? I hope so. Nope. This one. I'm coming, guys.
I think they'll move the mics once. Let's just let them get settled in.
Share the screen. It's this one. No? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. No, it isn't it. Oh, man. Hey, Line One. How you doing? Geo in here, too? Hey, Geo. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to get it right. If not, I'm probably... I mean, this is really embarrassing. It's kind of crazy to have so many problems. I think what's happened is because they were updating the story. Hold on. We're going to close these windows so I can tell which window is which. Okay, and then that's the only way I know to do it. Okay, so this is where we are. So y'all could see this at the same time as me. Okay. Oh, shit, hold on. I don't want to do that either, do I? Nope. I'll tell you why. I need me somebody to just sit here and do all this technical shit and just let me do what I want to, It's so frustrating to have things to say and I want to say them and have a platform and just not be able to get the shit out there to people. It's really aggravating. And I really do apologize. It's embarrassing too. Something told me to get them off the regular internet. Yeah, they've updated this. So, okay. So that's why. Okay, so we're going to try to watch the video again. This time I'm going to get it right, hopefully. Hey, Gio, how you doing, buddy? I'd like to see you one day when Lady Justice is here. Maybe we can all get together. I'm supposed to be going out one day soon with some... Well, actually, I think I'm going out with Big Nick soon. Me and Big Nick and Lady Justice and maybe some other people. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Geo power. I like that. Okay, now share screen. I done got myself distracted. I got excited about caught watching. Okay, we're gonna start this. We're gonna watch it from the video. Maybe it'll give us more context. It looks like they pulled the article down. They're probably editing it since this happened. Okay, I'm gonna make the screen bigger. Okay. Get back on track now. Y'all, hey, LT, man, good to see you. One for audio.
I think they'll move the mics once. Let's just let them get settled in. I'm sure. Yeah.
Can you go ahead and email on this?
Okay, Andrea.
I'm gonna fast forward this till they start talking, okay? I'm gonna try to not messing this up, okay? Let me see. Yeah, we ain't gonna sit here and wait. This ain't live now. Look, they waiting on them to show up late.
What would be just
Okay, hold on. Okay, here they come.
okay?
And it's the press conference up. Wasn't even there on time. Okay, we're almost there now, guys. All right, got a lot of stuff going on today. Sam, she's seen she got a cop watch. It's like she was driving by doing a cop watch. I'm gonna get that up later. Actually, I'm supposed to be editing that now. Anyway, I don't know exactly what happened, but the medical examiner was there. This will start in a minute, guys. I'm not too good at hope what. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, they say. Okay. Okay, this is West Palm Beach cop arrested.
Start off with introducing everybody.
Of course.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Attorney Sue Ann Robinson, and with my co-counsel, Attorney Lee Merritt, appearing via Zoom, we have the honor and the privilege to represent John Monroe, who was the victim of an aggravated battery back in November of 2019 that was perpetrated by Nicholas John Lordy, an officer. We're here today. As you all know, Officer Lordy was charged with felony aggravated battery yesterday in 2022, and this happened in 2019. We're here partly, I guess you could say, in celebration of the charges being brought, of another step towards
Celebration.
What is right and what
Yeah.
can be justice for John in this case, and that Officer Lordy has been charged with aggravated battery, which means that, you know, it's a felony and he's going to see some sort of accountability. But of course, as we all know with these cases, we have to see it through really to a conviction. So we're here, we're glad that Nicholas Lordy has been charged. We're hoping that the state attorney would consider also charging the other officer involved, as he failed to intervene. In the video, it shows that a member of the public actually intervened and stopped what Nicholas Lordy was doing. So, you know, we're glad that it happened, the charges have been brought, and we hope that there's also a conviction. We hope Officer Lordy is not permitted to be a police officer, as he has an extensive history of complaints and excessive force. This is John Monroe, this is his sister, Geraldine, and Lee Merritt is co-counsel, and he's appearing on Zoom. So I made my remarks. Attorney Lee Merritt is going to make his remarks, and then we'll take questions. Okay.
Okay, do we see this part already or not? I don't
My
know.
co-counsel, Sean Robinson, had to say, specifically concerning the officer who was also intended as James Lou Charles. We're grateful that these charges were brought. The family has waited almost 3 years now for these charges, but we need complete accountability. So the charges are just the start. We need a vigorous prosecution, and we want to see. And after speaking with the prosecutor earlier, there is interest in whether or not the other officer failed to uphold his duty to the public. With that, I will open up to questions. The family is available to answer questions, but they're not going to be considered in other.
You mentioned that this officer has a lengthy history of Is there anything you can tell us about his record, whether there are other internal affairs investigations, whether those were sustained or unsustained? Has he been suspended before?
Yeah, I can send you the report. He hasn't been, his history, he hasn't been suspended before, but he has been reprimanded on 2 other occasions for use of excessive force.
Mr. Monroe, would you mind sharing your reaction to the charges? Would you mind just sharing your reaction to the charges that were brought forth?
He wants to know how you feel about Nicholas Doherty being charged.
I feel good now with justice.
I have a question, sorry, I just want to make sure you guys are looking at me. So the FOP had released a statement, and they're falling back on the fact that they're saying your client was not leaving the property, was intoxicated, tried to reach for the officer's gun. I don't know if he can speak on that or yourself. Is all that true?
No, and actually the affidavit that accompanied the charges
Hey, Jamie.
of Nicholas Doherty being charged with aggravated battery specifically state that those statements that he grabbed for the gun, that he was attacking the officers were untrue based on the video and contradicted by the video, that his actual statements were contradicted by the video evidence.
Can you talk about that? I haven't covered this, so we'd like to hear from him just what happened, how he felt. I mean, the video's pretty hard to watch.
Right. He couldn't watch it.
We need to see the video. That's what I need to be looking for. Let me look for this video.
He has not even watched it since. Very difficult to even talk about it.
What's your name? I'm sorry.
Imoya Monroe.
It's important to add when you discuss the FOP siding with the officer.
I'm gonna look for the video, guys.
The other
Thanks, Harry.
officer on the scene also will be criminally investigated. There is an issue with black police officers like Officer Lordy, but the systemic issue goes back to a system that continues to support and ratify the behavior. And that's what you hear coming out of the FOP, despite the physical and video evidence directly contradicting the false statement given by Lordy and co-signed by Mr. Charles. The FOP, despite a thorough investigation by prosecutors, refuse to simply distance themselves from the behavior, but double down on the idea that their officers are above the law, and it's something that must be addressed in this case.
And for Officer Charles, do you know if there was any internal affairs investigation relating to his being there that day, or has nothing at all happened involving that segment?
There was an internal affairs investigation initiated by John, both officers actually. So we have not been given the results of the investigation. The only officer that's addressed in the affidavit is Nicholas Lordy, so we're unaware of what the status is of this case. But we're asking, if one officer is charged and 2 officers participated, why is it that only one is being charged? And it's important, it's something we don't talk about enough, is that John Monroe went through being falsely charged. He went through that process. He spent a lot of time in jail based on the false charges, and those things affected his record, affected his ability to find housing, affected his ability to get medical treatment, all of those things. And they're all based on this new evidence that Nicholas Lordy's been charged. Those things and the fact that the cases were all dismissed were false, but yet they still remain. The false reports still remain and affect him every day because it's information that's out there about him. And even though the cases have been dismissed, they're lies that are seen as true because they're in a sworn affidavit. So I think it's important too as well, and why we do this work, like the deeper part of the work is figuring out a way that after we come out with cases like this, the cases are dismissed, which unfortunately took a year and him spending time in jail. How can we now say, listen, this information that's out there about this person is wrong?
Yep, she's on to something, dude.
Throw it away
She needs to put this in the
because
case.
it's a lie to begin with. And I think that's really an important piece that we miss, that this officer has prepared reports and lied, and that's not addressed. He did commit aggravated battery, and we're glad that he's been charged with that, but he also prepared of an official document that is wrought with lies.
I don't know, Harry. I've got an article though. We're fixing to read it.
Physical evidence, as Attorney Ramirez said. So that's something that we don't speak enough about. I think it's super important. We have to not just have justice for the officers in terms of being charged, but we have to really repair.
Is that better or worse?
Life. We have to repair John Monroe's entire life based on the lies that were perpetrated against him.
In your client's own words, can he explain how this affects him every day?
How does it affect you?
I've been having a lot of headache, and I have a serious back problem that affects it too.
And how has the charges affected you? That they are dismissed now, but at the time, how are they were affecting you?
The charges?
Yes.
So the guy spent 20 days in jail, wrongly treated, didn't get water to drink for days, didn't take a bath for 14 days. I had to drink water out of the toilet because they refused to give me water. I had to flush the toilet about 3 times.
Wow.
And get the cup I had and dip in the toilet to drink water because they refused to give me water to drink.
In the end, what would you like to see happen in the finality of it all?
Any of these things.
I understand. He said, what would you like to see happen in the end
Right.
for Officer Lordy and Officer James?
Well, the same way you wanted to go to jail, lie on me, they're supposed to triple the time value. They're going to give me 30 years in jail, they should give me 90. So somebody will learn from that.
Mr. Monroe, what would you say to the 2 officers?
What would you say to them? Do you have anything to say?
Nothing to say to them. They did what they had to do. They did what they wanted to do.
Do you forgive them?
Yes, I forgive them.
Why?
Because I'm a human being. We all make stupid mistakes sometimes.
How does it make you feel having to go through all of that, what you went through when you were in custody, when you were in jail, after going through that incident in front of
Okay, guys, do y'all want to move on to the article? If you do, if you want to move on to the article, hit 1. If you want to watch the rest of this, hit 2.
So you said it took a year to get the cases dropped.
Yes.
And when you were arrested, what charges were you facing? Was it trespassing or was it resisting arrest or?
We initially had resisting charges and felony resisting charges.
It's kind of what something like I'm charged with. Thank God I'm not charged with that.
Resisting and trespassing?
Yes.
Okay, and then it took a year to get those dismissed?
Yes.
And he only spent how many days behind bars?
He was in jail initially 20 days.
It didn't go this far until it sounds like from what the police is saying, more evidence surfaced. Well, do you know what that, was it this video?
I mean, with respect,
What
to
about his
whatever
word?
they've advised.
It means nothing. Our word
It
means
won't go
nothing.
this far Until, you all brought the case to light, until it was in the media, until there was a focus on it. And that's sadly the case. I mean, fortunately, we have video evidence that can be contradicted by his statements. But I always worry, and what keeps me up at night, and I'm sure what keeps Attorney Lemire and all of us that are in this practice working, is the cases that don't have a video that you all do not show up for. Those are the people that we really worry about.
Yep.
The people that
Always
innocently
good
harmed, hurt, and went to jail, could still be in jail, that we'll never know about, are extremely concerning. But we're glad that, we were able to intervene, to connect, and to bring light to the situation, because obviously, as I've stated previously.
I'm gonna see what her name is too. We need a good Florida lawyer here.
That he's been reprimanded for, and hopefully, this is his last incident, because he'll be hopefully convicted and in custody and not able to, be a sworn law officer.
I was wondering if you could clarify something.
Lee, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could ask a question over Zoom.
Yes.
Gerard with the Palm Beach Post. I had spoken with the West Palm Beach police spokesperson. So when they were doing their internal affairs investigation, the store said that there was no surveillance video. And now the store has released the surveillance video. Could you tell me about how you guys got it?
The surveillance video has been available to us.
Oh,
since
I've
we
shared
got
this
all the
story
police, which
before.
would have
I've
been,
shared this. I do believe I did.
Maybe like 18 months
In a
ago.
garage. It was in a garage,
So
like,
their
I think.
investigation, the FDLE investigation started in 2020.
I do believe I shared
So prior to
this.
that, the video was available. So I'm not
So
sure.
I think we've got the video then. It's on my channel.
So you
I'll have
said
to look
prior
for
to
it.
2020, the video was available?
Yes.
Prior to her getting involved in the case, the prosecutor, Sean Paris, was handling and got the videos. The state attorney ignored them and kept the charges on John. So that's a problem because the court system is a problem with it. Nicholas Lottie would not get away with this and John would not have gone to prison if he looked at the videos and took it seriously and not suppress it. And the initial internal review was actually very wrong and nobody looked deeper into it until we worked on it. So I would say for me, two things. Public prosecutors, having somebody like Sean Paris to do his work the way he did to lead to being able to preserve evidence for the case is important. That Nicholas Lottie, I was very disturbed, but I'm very angry that after he did everything he did, he went on his phone and then put his knee on John's head when John was already looking like a dead man. That is what I'd like to ask him. Why did he do it?
What was his recovery like, John's recovery? Because didn't he have a broken nose?
Yeah, he had a fracture in his face and then his back and his recovery is ongoing.
He's still in recovery. He has a CAT scan tomorrow.
I don't know if you've thought about this. Do you guys want to move forward with a civil suit against the police department?
Yeah, I think that we'll work on that and we'll assess, what the next steps are in terms of John. I think this is the most important step at this time because, like I said, it's hard to really do anything when you have documents that are claiming to be sworn affidavits that are sitting there as evidence. So I think that this prosecution and the charges being brought certainly will assist with that.
But nothing has been filed or?
No.
Okay.
What's the hope for your client aside from the officers? Is you want his record to be expunged, and then what's the process of doing that and helping him get back on his feet?
Well, we've been working to get him back on his feet, especially his sister, since he's been out of custody. But I believe his record should be expunged. And I think that the officer, in addition to being charged with aggravated battery, which is important, he should be charged with fraud, forging an official document. There are statutes that effectuate this exact thing, that anticipate officers or public officials writing false documents. And I think he should be charged with that as well, because I think that only helps in John's quest to finally clear his name.
How long could it take the process to have his record expunged till that's gone?
It's really going to be up to the courts once things are filed, which again, it's important to note that the affidavit clearly states that the things that Officer Lordy was saying is contradicted by the video evidence. Whereas before it was just us and obviously John knowing that, but now that we have an official document saying it, it will certainly help the process.
And if I may add, the charges initially being trespassing got upgraded on the part of Lordy before disclosure was made of the video. They added to it by saying that John tried to take the gun and taser, not knowing there was video evidence. So that adds more to the fraudulent aspect of it, and that the state attorney's office and everyone else allows that.
And when you mentioned that you want the officer to be also charged with fraud, what do you think the proper consequence for these actions are all of them?
The proper consequence?
Yes.
I think the proper consequence is the consequence that would happen for any civilian that committed aggravated battery, which would be jail time. I think that with respect to falsifying official documents, he should receive jail time, because the issue is if we're in a society where we use as incarceration as deterrence, then that's the only way to send the message that as a society, we're not gonna tolerate this.
Accountability.
And you mentioned that he's done this before. What are some of those examples of the things that he's done before?
I can forward to you his excessive force history, but he does have 2 previous occasions in his excessive force report where he's been reprimanded for use of excessive force.
I want to expand a bit on the question concerning the civil lawsuit. Of course, the civil lawsuit is going to take a backseat to the criminal accountability in the case, but as we pursue the claims against these officers, we will be looking at not only his record and what these officers, what his department, West Palm knew or should have known about his propensity for violence, but the culture and character, the pattern and practice within that department as we begin to look at whether or not this behavior was ratified by the higher-ups, whether this is a culture within the department. We have to emphasize that Officer Gordy was training Officer James here. And so this is a concern that this is not just a lone wolf or a black sheep. This is the culture in that department. And it's certainly something that we're going to be pursuing in the litigation. Up until this point, we've been investigating and turning our evidence over to state prosecutors because it is important that accountability, criminal accountability for men who are abusing their oath of office under the cover of law, be held criminally liable. But there must be liability and accountability, I should say, within the system itself. And that would be the subject of our civils.
What's next? What happens next?
Well, I think the next step after he's been charged, we've been advised he's already bonded out, but we want the other officer charged, and we also have to see the case through to conviction. A few times we've had cases where officers have been charged, but it's kind of ended at that, if they're not convicted. But I think the most important thing right now is to make sure that we see it through as a community to conviction. Any other questions?
Maybe just have the spelling of your name, please.
And pronounce the last name again, I'm so sorry.
Monroe.
Monroe?
Monroe.
Okay.
She's pronouncing her last name.
The last thing I will add into the what's next conversation, as this file is completed or filled out, we will be making a recommendation to the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice to review this incident and other instances of misconduct. And again, in the pattern and practice out of West Palm, so that this case isn't just treated in a vacuum. It's extremely troubling for me that with the video evidence and what we know about this case, that it is almost 3 years later that we're bringing a single charge against a single officer. And there has to be a higher level of scrutiny given that these men are being charged as public servants.
And sir, to you, how do you feel, 3 years later that you're having to deal with this, or even that you had to deal with this?
How do you feel after all this time having to deal with the situation? How are you feeling?
One more question for you. When it happened, were you, when it happened, you can ask him what had happened, could he have believed that officer would have done these things to him?
Okay. She asked if at the time it happened, were you shocked that an officer would have behaved that way?
Yes, I was shocked, guys. I was in horrible. He jumped on my back and punched me in my face and nobody was around and brutalized me. I was really horrible. He was put to protect and save the people, not to destroy the life.
Right. Thank you.
Attorney Lee Merritt?
Thank you all so much for following this story and continuing to follow the story to completion.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm still looking for the camera footage. It's not a body cam, actually, the one I have. I'm gonna have to look on Amanda's channel because we have both released it. Hey, Black National. Hey, ASMR. Hey, Cleveland. Oh no, we don't want Cleveland to say that kind of stuff. Somebody get rid of that, please. Thank you. Lady Justice, Liberty Press. Don't let me forget her premiere is at 6:20. So we need to be out of here by 6:20. So let's go. I'm gonna show you the article I have, and I'm gonna continue to look for the video. Let me see. Let me check my email. I just sent it to myself. Yeah, this is the second video I did on it because, hold on, let me open this one, YouTube. And we're going to, there it is. Okay, I'm going to screeners. I'm going to share the screen. No, share screen, not video. Share. Oh, man, why is it doing that? Hold on, I'm gonna have to start it and restart it. This is just fucking ridiculous. That, oh man, Jesus. Somebody help me. Okay. First of all, we're just gonna mute this so I can get this done. Okay, so we're gonna share the screen. Chrome tab. Okay. Now, I still don't see the original video that I made, but this is the second one I made. Maybe we'll find the original. Maybe I have it linked. But let's start here. There's our fair use statement.
Police really roughed him up for no reason at all. The violent encounter was caught on camera, but both of the officers involved are still on the beat and have not been accused of any wrongdoing.
But that could change depending on the results of the state investigation. Local 10 Sinella Sabotnik is live with our one and only exclusive Sinella.
Well, Louie and Chrissy, the man that was getting arrested says this got out of hand pretty quickly, that he did nothing wrong. He sustained some serious facial injuries in that arrest. And meantime, West Palm Beach police say that their legal department did look through this video, that they didn't notate anything wrong here. So these officers are still on the job.
Every time I see the video, I'm crying.
64-year-old John Monroe talks about the day he was arrested back in November of 2019. This is his mugshot following the incident, a battered and bloody face. Monroe has known the owners of Food Plus Market in West Palm Beach for years. He tells me he's disabled, so he isn't able to work, but likes to help the owners from time to time. On the night of November 1st, he went back to get some cigarettes and was stunned when one of the owner's sons called police.
When the police walked in, he told the police, I don't want him in the snow. I said, for what? What did I do?
Officers Nicholas Lordy and James Lou Charles responded. They asked for his ID, and while they are running it, Monroe and Lordy are left alone.
Christine, I can say I apologize for it. I'm a good person.
Monroe says when he went to ask for his ID, things escalated.
Then Mr. Nicholas take a high leap and jump on my back and punch me in my face and slam me into the car.
That moment is captured on police body cam video. Monroe's back is turned away from Officer Lordy. Monroe wasn't resisting. He actually didn't see the officer coming. In the police report, Lordy says Monroe was yelling obscenities at a pedestrian. And that's when he grabbed him from behind and put him on the patrol car to handcuff him. Monroe says that pedestrian was his good friend and that he wasn't shouting at him. From there, the police report states Monroe was resisting commands and tried to reach for Officer Charles's gun holster and taser.
I ain't trying to get no gun because you ain't seen me try to get no gun.
The video shows a struggle and Monroe was slammed to the ground, punched in the head repeatedly. West Palm Beach police say while Monroe was on the ground, he continued to spit blood and yelled obscenities. A legal advisor from the department reviewed the body cam video and didn't note any issues. So again, those officers have not been accused of any wrongdoing at the moment. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now investigating. Received this video, and Monroe, all the charges that were given back in 2019, they have since been dropped. All he wants to see is justice served. He says that he wants these officers held accountable. That's the latest here from Fort Lauderdale. Sanella Sabovic, Local 10 News.
Stella, thank you.
Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm mistaken, but this was like the same video that me and Miss Amanda shared.
Actually, it's not
though,
though.
if this
It's
is the
not.
same
It's a
case
different
or not.
situation. I only make one
Yes.
video on this.
I'm just not sure. I would have to look at the other video. I'm going to leave the article to this video. I know it's the same cop, Lordy. Okay. So I just shared a video of Lordy beating somebody up the other day, and I do believe this is the same video. It was hard to see in here
I'm not
because
sure.
I'm just taping it off my iPad instead
I
of
don't
screen
think so.
recording
I
it.
think it's a
But
different incident. Probably the same cop, two incidents.
definitely gonna do believe this is the same case. The video showed this seemed to be body cam. The video I showed was the one that Amanda got
Right.
me,
That's
and
right.
it had shared with me, and it was the one that was in the garage. And for the people who said the man got what he deserved, that he should have never went back to a place where he was told not to go. I told y'all from the beginning, if you listen to the beginning, it said he was suspected of trespass. Suspicion of anything should never be automatically a crime. You can investigate somebody if you think they're suspicious, but you can't hold them for that. You can't ask for their ID well, you can ask. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But yeah, this is the video. This is what the article, and I'm gonna link the other video, which I've in the article description too, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Thank you. You guys have a good day. I'm sorry I was rambling, but that's the way it is sometimes. Thanks again. This video play real quick when I tell you, I definitely believe this is the same video. I'm linking the video that Amanda shared with me, and I wonder if you guys made enough phone calls, if that's why this case is going somewhere. Who knows?
Okay, so the good news is I've got the original linked here. Okay, so let me find that real quick. I told you that last time I got confused. Shit. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Now we're gonna go back to the what's it called? We're gonna go back to no, not there. We're gonna go to YouTube, and I'm gonna get the link from where I did share this. That's why they did it, because the footage came out. They didn't know there was the footage came out, and then the body cam. They released the body cam because the footage came out. They didn't know there was a camera there. Hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. Just a minute. Please don't be doing that. Oh man, it's just barking. I got some over here working on the yard. Okay. Oh Lord, stop that dog. Okay, history, the one we just watched. That one. Open that. I want to get the description. Please stop barking, darling. I tell you what, I've never had this much trouble on the computer as I have today in my whole life. Okay, try it again, Amy. You'll get it right eventually. Talking myself through it gently. Okay, but I ain't got the window open now. Hold on. YouTube. Somebody's emailing me. Maybe they're trying to tell my dumbass how to do things. I'm already covering it. Okay, Amanda. I'm already covering it. Hold on one second. That's That's cool. That was Sunshine Sam telling me, hey, there's a cop in West Palm Beach that got arrested. I said, but I'm already talking about it, but thank you. That was sweet of her. Yeah, she has a little cop watch today too. I just got to get it together. Okay, they are live again. It looks like, no, that's the Riviera Beach counseling. Okay, we're gonna open this up, and I'm gonna get the video out the description, and then I'm gonna share the screen. This is a lot of shit. I probably should have waited and put it all together, and then presented it to you guys, but I didn't know they were gonna be live like that. It kind of got me really off balance. But we're okay now. We're in the description. How do we show more? Okay. Let's look at Amanda's video, because hers was better than mine. Mine was up there, but I had audio in the background. I was screen recording. I didn't know how to cut the audio off then. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Make sure. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this is it. Okay. Whoa, fuck, no. I didn't do it, did I?
Hello everyone, Acura Amanda here. This video comes out of West Palm Beach, Florida. You're going to see two officers of the West Palm Beach Police Department approach this man. He's a 64-year-old disabled resident of West Palm Beach on suspicion of violating a trespass order. This officer, his name is Officer Lordy, who to this day is still currently employed by the West Palm Beach Police Department. He has multiple complaints against him prior to this incident for the use of excessive force. So viewer discretion is advised. Please let the West Palm Beach Police Department know how you feel that they still have this man employed by their department and his partner who remain complicit in this incident.
What's up, food stamp? We're watching the cops beat this man up, and one of the cops finally got arrested 3 years later. But this is how activism takes place, because people shared this video, then the body cam got out there, and believe it or not, now he's actually going to go to jail. He did go to jail, I guess. So, maybe people do hear us. Maybe enough people do call. I don't know. It gives me hope for the future. This is horrible, though. This is traumatic what they did to this man. And look at the one I just shared the other day from my anonymous source. There's the watch that was Riviera Beach. They arrested me. Thank God they didn't hurt me like they did that man, but they hurt me enough. Trust me. Okay. Okay. It is 6:03. Okay, we're gonna watch this. We got time to watch this, and then I got to get out of here before 6:20 because I want to watch Miss Lady Justice. Miss Lady Justice Liberty Press. She's having She's having a premiere at 6:20, and I don't want to miss that. I usually forget. Yeah, so that's it, man. And now we've got, well, I don't want to show them. Well, it don't matter, but I just look like hell.
I think I can.
Just stop sharing that. I've got the article, too. We're going to share that real quick. Whoa, okay. Okay, I think you can shut up. Okay. I'm going to share the article, the news article. We're going to read it real quick. And then we're probably going to shut this down because I want to watch her thing and I'm getting tired. And it's been I'm sorry that this show turned out this way, but I am glad that we're getting this breaking information. American Amy is the place to come for your news because she goes through the news all day long, so you don't have to.
News, 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 news. That's what I do, and then I try to bring it to you guys. And I found out about the Megan Wash thing. I talked to Direct D. He said he has a recorded conversation with her. He's already spoken with her, and he's going to ask her if he can release it. So we'll see if that happens. Can y'all see the screen? Let me see. Yeah, okay. He looks like a little punk. He beat somebody up? Yeah, because when you get a badge and a gun, you can. Okay, West Palm Beach cop arrested more than 2 years after alleged rough arrest. Okay. A West Palm Beach officer turned himself in to authorities Tuesday more than 2 years after a man who was left bloody and with a broken nose following his arrest. Officer Nicholas Lordy, I can't say the middle name, Salvatore, I guess, at 34 is charged with aggravated battery, causing bodily harm or disability. The incident in question occurred between Lordy and John Montague, who is in his 60s, on November 1st, 2019, according to, oh, Jesus. Montague, he went to, hold on 1 second. Hello? Come on, if you're going to call the American Amy Show, you got to say something. Shit, you ain't dialed this number by accident. Oh, fuck this. This is the damn police. Not the real police. You know how they be doing that?
Perhaps you could help me. This is Lee, National Police and Sheriff's Coalition.
What about
I
this?
just wanted to call out today to remind everybody they kicked off their new campaign for the year. If you heard, it's been a terrible time for them. So they're going to be some
What's going on with the officers?
to advocate to help the families
Hold
of
on.
officers that perished in the line of duty. If we were to send you a support envelope in the mail, could the officers count on you to return a one-time donation for the drive?
Could you tell me what's wrong with the officers? Are they okay?
We don't want to put you in a bind. We have several levels of support. The gold sponsor costs the most because it helps the most. It's for 50.
How can you get a real person to call and ask for money? Y'all know that's a computer, right? And they call the American Amy number. That's crazy, okay? All right. Okay, where are we at? We got to read this because I don't want to miss that premiere. Oh, and I'm in that premiere too, I think. Oh, yeah, your girl's a star now. She's getting premiered on YouTube. No, I'm just playing. But it's kind of funny to speak of yourself in that way. And like, yeah, I'm going to be in this great premiere. And it is going to be great because that was a great night. Yes, it was. We had fun that night. Okay, back to the article. We got to finish this up. You guys make sure when you leave here, you go over to Lady Justice channel and watch that video when we were caught watching in over there. What's it called? Lee County, I guess it's called. Yeah. Okay, according to Monica, he went to the food market that he's been going to for years to get some cigarettes for a friend when he was stunned when one of the owner's sons called police. Monica described the moment two West Palm officers arrived. That's his face. Y'all can't see this, I hope. Okay, when the police walked in, he told the police, "I don't even know." And I said, "What did I do?" John said. Two officers responded. They asked him for his ID while they were running it. John and the officer were left alone. He said he eventually went up to the officer to ask for his ID back. How long are you going to keep my ID for? He recalled. That's when the rough arrest, I call it an assault, allegedly occurred. He got behind me and jumped on my back, punched me in my face, and then slammed me on top of the car, John said. In the police body cam video, John's back is turned away from the other officer. John is the only one who was not resisting, but he didn't even see the officer coming. However, in the police report, the officer stated that John was yelling profanities at a pedestrian, and that is when the officer grabbed him from behind and put him in the patrol car to arrest him. But according to John, and the body cam now, I guess, he was just speaking to a good friend he knew. Despite this, the police report stated that John was not cooperating, was resisting commands, and even went to reach for the officer's gun holster, magazine, and taser. That's the same lie they pulled when they killed this guy in Jacksonville. They say a long time ago, they say he tried to get the gun. I don't believe it.
West Palm Beach police said that while he was bleeding on the ground and punched in the head multiple times, the arrest was warranted as he continued to yell obscenities at the officers and even split blood at them. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement investigated the incident and determined that Lordy used excessive force during the arrest, included by placing his knees on John's head while he was already handcuffed on the ground. So that is why I don't know what got all the attention on this case. I don't know who done it. I don't know if by any way if me and Amanda and other people like us sharing videos and encouraging people to call and to write letters and to do whatever it takes to get shit changed. Well, maybe that's what helped get this man's case going. And that's when we do what we do. And with that, I'm going to close this out. I'm sorry it was kind of hectic. There's about 10 more articles I want to share with y'all. It's crazy. I'll probably just put the links online. I tell you what, the best place for me to put them is Twitter. It's the easiest and fastest for me. So, yeah, y'all check there. I got like 3. The bad thing is I have like 3 Twitters though. Shit, I don't know, but I could put them on the American Amy Facebook. I'm not gonna stick them all in my YouTube comments. Maybe I'll put them in the comments of this video because there's so many things I wanted to watch with you guys. I haven't even seen them yet, but I've read the headlines and man, oh man. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll put the links in the description with the links to these videos. Okay, y'all have a wonderful night. I want to thank you all for joining me. West Palm Beach, arrested as a cop, and they are dirty. That's who's got that building closed. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Well, eyes are on you now, West Palm Beach, Florida. We've been the whole world, hopefully we'll see. All right, my name's American Amy. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you go over to Lady Justice Liberty Press's room and watch her premiere. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little while. It's been fun. It's been great. All right. See you later. Bye-bye. Let's make sure I leave the studio this time. Last time I didn't. Bye, guys.